Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to be.
Hey everyone out there, thanks for joining me on this really short notice, late night, midnight live show I'm doing. I got a lot of stuff in over this week that I need to unbox, and I thought instead of just doing a bunch of unboxings, I'll do a live video, and while we're at it, take some questions and just talk about movies. Let's see, John Pimmel. Hey man, thanks so much for joining us. Neon and 80s production music, perfect Friday night midnight. It ain't no Friday night videos, but it will do on this night in 2024, right? Man, I miss Friday night videos. Used to watch that religiously. And when I didn't, I recorded it and then watched it. Actually on YouTube. I went on YouTube hunting for if by chance anybody had any old episodes of Friday night of Friday night videos, and surprisingly, some people did. It was pretty cool to look at that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do some unboxings here. Now, I've done it. You've probably done it. I am now an official A24 snob. That's right. I joined the membership of A24. $5 a month. I was like, why not? Only $5 a month. And they give you some nice discounts, some birthday gifts on your birthday. Of course, that's what a birthday gift is, and some other cool stuff in there. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and join it. Like I said, it was only $5, so it's pretty cheap. And so I received my first movie that I did order from A24, and I'm going to open this up. And I guess they send you like a membership package, which I think this is what this is. And then I ordered one of those zines. And I just today found out that zine is short for magazine. I didn't know that because I'm dumb. Let's open this baby up. John Pimmel says, no shame in being an A24 snob. Blind watch of their distributed material is never a bad watch, right? A24 puts out all the goods, even though their financial dealings I'm hearing, are pretty shady. But they always put out some great movies and some great merch. So, opening this guy up here. And this is a movie that I think right now in 2024, this is my favorite movie of 2024. And first, they sent this. Not sure what this is. Oh, I guess it's just a receipt. Packing slip. Fancy. Fancy, fancy, fancy. And okay, they send a lobby card of Maxine, which is pretty cool. Can't wait to see that. I wasn't a big fan of X, but I did like Pearl. I like Pearl a lot better than X. So this is what I got, and like I said, this is for right now, my favorite film of 2024. I'm going to zoom in here, and that is Love Lies Bleeding. Fantastic film. I'm so happy that I saw this one in a theater, because I don't think it played everywhere, and it didn't last very long in the theater either. Let me know if you guys saw it in the comments and what you thought of it. But this is the 4K. I hope, yeah, 4K. Because if you've never bought from A24, how they have their listing of Blu-ray, choose between Blu-ray and 4K, like right next to each other, and it's kind of confusing how they have it. So I kept going back and making sure I got the actual 4K. So this is pretty cool. Folds out there. So there's the artwork. And then on the inside. And then there's a slot here. If I can get it out. Okay, it's just lobby cards. Let me go ahead and zoom in here a little bit here. So lobby cards. So that's pretty cool. I always love it when they do lobby cards, add lobby cards like that, or a poster. Just puts the extra cherry on top in the release. Yeah, I love how I'm about to say Vinegar Syndrome. I love how A24 produces their physical releases. They always do some great work. Special packaging. It's worth the price. It's a little spendy than other places, but I think it's worth it with what you get from it. And this is an A24 exclusive, so the only way you can buy it is online. And I'm having trouble putting the cards back in the slot here. So that's one thing that A24 is doing is a lot of their movies, they're only selling exclusively on their A24 website. So, like, if you want Love Lies Bleeding, you're gonna have to order from their website. Some movies they don't. Some movies they do release or distribute widely. But like Zone 20, Zone of Interest, that's only available on the A24 website. And yeah, this is a great movie. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check this movie out. It's fantastic. The ending is surprising. It's definitely didn't go where I thought it was going to go, to say the least. It has a commentary from director Rose Glass, commentary from the co-writer, featurette, two featurettes behind the scenes, and yeah. So I'm really happy to get this. Can't wait to dive into it and check this one out again. Again, guys, let me know in the comment section if you've seen this one and what you thought of it. I forgot I was going to start out with this. If some of you guys may have seen it, my video or not, or maybe you didn't, but Will Go USA sent me 3 of these Blu-rays here. Last stop in Yuma County, and I'm going to do a giveaway on these. I'm not going to do it tonight, though. I'm saving them for another live show. I'm probably going to do it Sunday because Sunday night I am doing a live show with my friend who's also a trailer editor and filmmaker himself. And we're going to be doing a live show together. Physical Media Coast to Coast live show Sunday. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's going to be a fun one to watch. But yeah, I think I'm going to start doing the giveaways on that show. If you want to check that out, it's Sunday. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Central Time. Let's see here. John Pimmel says, a few years ago, I couldn't hit buy fast enough for Midsummer 4K long version. What a summer view of horrific things. I love it. Yeah, I want to. I didn't see Zone of Interest. I heard it's fantastic though, so I can't wait to check that out. But though again, it's just like with Love Lies Bleeding. The only way to get it is through their website. So I'm that's going to be my next order from A24. And I think this here, I believe, is their welcome kit. So let's see what's in here. All right, let's zoom in here a little bit here. So I get a A24 pin because there's 3 A's. So A24 pin. Membership card. That's kind of cool. So you get a membership card, even a keychain card. That's funny. That's kind of cool. So it's a membership card here. That's kind of cool. And then I guess, what is this? I don't know what this is. Dream Theater. So I guess, is this what the zines are like? So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely saving all these, I'm just going to call them magazines, and you never know, in 30 years, I'll look back on it and say, whoa, that's pretty cool. I wish I would have saved. I used to have a membership for Entertainment Weekly back in the early 90s to the mid 90s. Man, I wish I would have kept some of those. That would have been really fun. That'd be really fun to look back on. So that's their Melt Welcome kit. like I said, $5. Not bad at all. And I did order this on the side, which is another magazine here. And this is one of my favorite films of last year, and it's what the Iron Claw. And they put out a magazine of the Von Erichs. This was only like $6, so it's definitely worth it. I've been a big wrestling fan since the 80s, and then with WCW in the 90s. I don't really pay attention to present day wrestling, but I always go back and watch the old WCW and WWF events. Monday Night Nitro. Anybody remember that? And other events on Peacock. They have them there, so that's pretty fun going back there and recapturing what it was like back then. This is now Warner Brothers. As you guys know, I partnered up with Warner Brothers, but they also have a subdivision. It's called AV Distributors, I believe. I'm not sure. But they actually are very exclusive to certain people who they allow to give reviews for. They cherry pick because they don't allow anybody in there. You have to actually go through a portal and some question, like a questionnaire. Like they're really in depth of allowing people to do some press releases. But I got in there and I've been getting some good stuff from them. And they don't just handle Warner Brothers; they also handle like Paramount and some other studios. And so I got this in today, and I don't. You can go in there and pick like a bunch of different ones, and then they send you them as they become available. And so I'm not sure what this one is yet. Ooh, yes. So this is out next Tuesday, the 25th. We have the 1990 The Flash, the complete series on Blu-ray. Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. I was a big fan of that show when it aired. And I think it only lasted one season, maybe two. But I've always liked it. Talk about, I personally think it was ahead of its time with like the special effects and as far as superheroes, because this came out after Batman, the 1989 Batman. And, oh, cool. So it's here that it's been remastered in a 4K restoration. I know this was filmed in 35 millimeter, and so they were able to go back and actually restore it in 4K. They just put it on 1080p Blu-ray. That's pretty cool, man. The picture's going to look sweet on this. The audio is still stereo, so they didn't. I'm sure it sounds better than what we had on back in 1990. But yeah, all 22 episodes in 4K scan on Blu-ray disc. Awesome. And I do still own. Where is it? Where are you? I lost it. Anyways, I still do have the original DVDs that came out, 2014, I think, maybe earlier than that. So I'm actually going to do a DVD versus Blu-ray comparison between this. I think that's going to be a really fun video to do. Yeah, so that's cool. Let me know, guys. Are any of you picking this one up on Tuesday? Let me know in the comments. Awesome. Warner Archive. You can never go wrong with Warner Archive. Let's see here. Next up, this is from the UK, actually, and I believe it's from a Second Sight. Yeah, so Second Sight has released Ty West, The Sacrament. This is one that I've never seen before. I've never seen this. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it, what you think, what you thought of it. Do you recommend it? I was really interested in this, and I mean Ty West. I'm not a huge fan of Ty West, but I'm a fan of Ty West. I actually worked on one of his movies, The Innkeepers. I worked on that. So I've kind of followed Ty West since then. But yeah, so this is from Second Sight, and it's a Blu-ray. Doesn't say if it's a 2K or 4K. But yeah, let's see. Got some really nice special features in there. It's got a new interview with the actors, interview with the cast, interview with the crew, interview with the director Ty West. Yeah, this is cool. Let's see here. Promo services, Vinegar Syndrome, Warner Brothers Second Sight. Well, I've been working hard at this. Been doing this for almost 7 years now, and it's about time. I mean, there's some like Kino Lorber. I tried to get in with them for like 3 or 4 years, and I finally got in with them. So I'm really happy about that. But it takes a lot of hard work and time. You can't just, some people think you can just email them and say, hey, send me movies, and they'll do it. That's not how it works, because you got to put work into it. And I got to tell you, it's a full-time job. What I really love about Second Sight with their Blu-rays is that they have this smoky case color instead of just the regular blue. I think that looks really cool. Let me know if you guys have seen the Sacrament and if you recommend it. Yeah, because everything I get in Showcase, I have to review. And actually, what I'm going to start doing, just to lighten the load a little bit, because it's so much work to do videos, I'm actually going to launch a website where I'm going to have written reviews, which would be much easier. And these are going to be not comparison, but they're going to be reviews, just your standard movie review or Blu-ray review. So like the Sacrament might be on there, just my thoughts on the movie, and then I'll give like a little section of the quality of the Blu-ray disc. Only thing I need though is a website builder. I don't really care for GoDaddy. I don't want Wix. Squarespace is all right, but I was looking at them last night and I'm just like, I don't really like any of these. So if you guys out there know of any kind of like website builder that's reasonably cheap, reasonably priced, let me know in the comments, because that's something I'm going to start doing, is launching a website for that. What also came from them, and I already opened up this package, and that is the complete series of Jack Ryan in 4K. Why they sent it in a DVD case, I don't know. I don't know why Paramount started doing this all of a sudden, releasing 4K movies in a DVD case. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's not like it costs any cheaper. It's just weird. But this includes all 30 episodes in 4K, Dolby DTS 5.1. I saw the show while it was aired on Amazon Prime, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it. So that's out. I believe that came out a few weeks ago, actually. This is something that I can now announce, because I've been sitting on this for almost 2 months now. MVD actually reached out to me, like I said, like 2 months ago or so, and asked if I could do an extra early review of Ghoulies 2 on 4K. It's coming out July 9th. And they asked me, they wanted to send to me like extra early, so that I could get like a really good detailed comparison between their Blu-ray and the new 4K, and do a good review of it. And so they sent me the 4K check discs of Ghoulies 2. And what's cool about Ghoulies 2 in 4K is it also includes the unrated cut. Their Blu-ray that they released did not include the unrated cut. And this Blu-ray is just the exact same HD scan that Shot Factory put out a few years ago. It's just ported over. It's the exact same thing. There's no difference. So I'm going to be doing a comparison between these, and it's going to be up on Monday. So it's going to be 2 weeks early. So that's pretty cool. I was really happy and surprised that MVD reached out to me like that, and they're like, "Hey, you want to do this? Do something cool?" And they said, so you can try to be the first one out of the gate with a review. So I jumped on that immediately. I actually recorded the review a couple days ago, and I'm going to start editing it this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. It's interesting the differences here between the Blu-ray and the 4K. Actually, there's like some really nice cleanup work done, and it's something that you have to see it to really understand how much work they put into it. I also partnered up, as John said, with Vinegar Syndrome. I got China O'Brien parts 1 and 2 on 4K. Now, I have the DVD, and I was originally just going to do DVD versus 4K, but Eureka, they came out with a 4K end of April, I believe. And I thought, you know what? I would love to do a 4K versus 4K pit studio against studio comparison. I thought that would be a really cool case study. That'd be really something cool and interesting to see. But I didn't want to spend, $40-$50 to do that, to buy a copy from Eureka. Luckily, I know someone else who does reviews, and he does reviews for Eureka, and it's Chris over at Overly Honest Reviews. And I reached out to him and asked him if he happened to have the 4K check disc to China O'Brien from Eureka, and he did. And he was gracious enough to send me it. So I'm able to do it now. I'm able to pit Eureka 4K UHD versus Vinegar Syndrome's 4K UHD. Any guesses which one you think is better here? Let me know in the comments. One thing that is really interesting about Eureka, though, is I get more into this in my review, but they crammed parts 1 and 2 plus all the extras on one disc, where Vinegar Syndrome gave both movies their own disc, and they have their own special features. So right there, it's a winner. But I go more into about why you never want to cram 2 movies on one disc. Check that video out. That'll be up. I'm thinking I'm going to put it up Wednesday or Thursday next week. John Pimmel says, I really like MVD. I gave them a purchase in part because of your reviews. They basically said their work is good. Yeah, they are. I mean, they didn't used to be, though. For a long time. I've been reviewing them before I started YouTube, so almost 10 years now. And they honestly, in all honesty, they were not a very good distributor. I didn't like their Blu-rays very much. It looked like they just poured over a really shoddy SD master to Blu-ray or DVD to Blu-ray. Like, remember those machines where they had a combination of VCR and a DVD deck, and you could actually record? That's to me what it looked like. Like they put two DVD, like they put a DVD and a Blu-ray deck next to each other, and they just recorded them onto like a Blu-ray recordable. And Eric over there, Eric Wilkelson, who I did an interview with a few months ago, which was really interesting. He came in and he just completely revamped the entire distributor. And he's like, hey, you know what? We got to put out 4Ks. And they started doing that. And every 4K has been a winner. 5-star rating in my rating board. So I'm really happy with what Eric has done and his team has done over at MVD. They're doing some really great work now. Unearthed Films sent me homework. Now, this is kind of odd, I think, for Unearthed Films. They usually put out horror movies or like cult underground movies, not an 80s, teen rom-com, or not rom-com, but a sex comedy. So that's pretty interesting they released this. So that's out, I believe, Tuesday. Let's get into some. Oh, this is from my friend Matt. I love the movie One Cut of the Dead. I thought it was a great film. You have to push through the beginning because honestly, when I first watched it, I turned it off about 10 minutes in. I did not like it. Um, and then I started hearing a lot of buzz about how great it is. And so I gave it a second shot and I pushed through the beginning. And it's actually a really great film. If you're a filmmaker or into filmmaking in any kind of level, that movie is for you. And I've never been able to get it on Blu-ray. They had it on Blu-ray for a while and then it went out of print. And I'm trying to open this without killing myself. And then they released it again on a steelbook. And I've never been able to find the steelbook. And so my friend, Matt, he saw the steelbook and he grabbed it for me. So I want to thank Matt for getting this for me. And that's One Cut of the Dead steelbook. So that's pretty cool. I'm so happy I finally have this in my collection. I've talked to some friends who tried to do the same thing, try to watch this movie, and they turned it off as well, and they had no interest in going back to it. But I'm telling you, go back to it if you turned it off because this movie's fantastic. So there is the artwork there, which I love, and then on the inside with a blood splatter. It's pretty cool. So again, I want to thank Matt, give him a huge shout out for finding that and saying it to me. Love it. I'm going to try to run. I've only got 3 more boxes here, so I'm going to try to run through these real quick here. I believe this is from Sony. Oh, man, they didn't send me the 4K. They just sent me the Blu-ray. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I believe this comes out, is it next week? Yeah, it comes out next week, June 25th. I did not see this one in the theater. I kind of wanted to. I was not a big fan of the previous one. It was much better than the so-called remake. Way better than the Paul Feig one. But yeah, so there is the disc artwork. I wish they would have sent this to me in 4K, though. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. If anybody wants the digital code, here you go. So I'm going to show it up on the screen for 10 seconds. And let me see here. Let me try to get this in focus here. There we go. So I'm counting to 10, and then I'll take it away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let me know in the comments if you got the digital code to this. That way, number one, it helps me to know someone actually took it, and then people who watch the video on a replay that they know that the code is gone. So please let me know in the comments if you got the digital code. So this is pretty cool though, because Sony does some great work. They're like Warner Brothers is starting to do some really great work too, but Sony, they're up there with some boutique studios. They always put out great transfers, and they do put out some nice special features. Like this has over an hour of special features, deleted scenes, Easter eggs. No audio it does have an audio commentary from the director and writer. So yeah, this comes out next Tuesday. And this is a big one here. This is from the same place that sent me, let me put this out of the way, that sent me The Flash. Same place. And this thing is heavy, man. I don't know what they put in here. They send me a puppy? Hope not. If it did, it's dead. Okay, John Pimmel says, for Sony, look no further than the Unreal work done on the Columbia Classics. Yeah, man. Columbia Classics are go-to. They're expensive, but it's worth it. Let's see, John Di Jugalo. That was quick. It's gone. Thanks for the chance. Did you get it? Does that mean that you got the digital code? Let me know. If you need me to show it again, I will. I'll show it off, baby. All right. So if you guys have seen, you may have seen my video of this. I already did a video of it. And they sent me another one. And that is Prince 4K UHD Purple Rain. Awesome. Love it. So happy it's got a 4K release. And I love the purple scheme color. And this is out Tuesday, June 25th. This is a must own. You guys have to own this movie. What's cool too is it comes with 6 music videos, and they're in 4K. The music videos are in 4K and a 5.1. I wish they would have done Dolby Atmos, but hey, I'm not going to complain. So it's a 5.1 soundtrack. So you get the music videos, guys, when doves cry in 4K. How freaking awesome is that? That's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Let's see. John DeGreg. I'm sorry, man. I can't pronounce her name. It's late. My eyes are kind of shot. I did not get the code. If it did get redeemed, though. Oh, it did? How do you know? Did someone say? Did someone say it got redeemed and I missed it? How do you know? All right. So, wow, nice. There's about 5 different movies in this box set. So we have The Rain People from Francis Ford Coppola. I believe this was made in 1969. I believe this was his second feature film. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was. This is remastered in a 2K scan as well. I'm hearing it looks terrific. I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid, so I barely remember anything about it. But this is out now. Let's see here. No one said when I scanned it. It said redeemed. Oh, really? Come on, guys. You have to let me know for this reason alone that the code is redeemed so that other people know, I know, and people who watch the replay know. Please. I mean, just be kind and let people know. Sorry about that, John. I do giveaway. I do giveaways every now and then on my live shows. So if you didn't win one this time, you got other chances. Let's see. John says, I miss being able to buy new mainstream 4K from Best Buy, right? Like Purple Rain. Loved buying it on the app and picking it up after work. Yeah, man, I miss that too. It's like I would purposely stay up after midnight just to make sure I get the movie, go in the app, click on it, buy it, and then pick it up the next day. Because there's some stuff that would be sold out when I got there. So like Purple Rain would have definitely been one. John says, oh, I don't mind. I just thought you and the viewers would like to know. Yeah, thank you for telling me. I appreciate that, man. See what kindness does. Makes me appreciate John. I appreciate that, man. So yeah, Rain People from Warner Archive. Now, here we go. The best movie of all time. The greatest cinematic feat ever produced. And that is Magic Mike on 4K UHD. Yeah, baby. So this is Steven Soderbergh's movie. I reluctantly watched it the first time, and it's actually a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. And this is on 4K. So it's HDR, Dolby Vision, 5.1 sound. Let me know if this is something you guys want to see me do a comparison of between this and the Blu-ray. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this. I didn't see the sequel, so I don't know if those are any good. But the main reason I watched this is because Steven Soderbergh. I'm a fan of Steven Soderbergh, and I knew that he would put something special in this movie, and he definitely did. Let's see here. Daniel Garcia. Hey, man, what's going on? Just dropping by to say, love the channel. Keep it up. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining us this late. I know it's later than I usually do live shows, but thanks for joining us. I'm glad you were able to make it. This is a reprint and it's been released by Paramount, and that is great film, Into the Wild, directed by Sean Penn, starring Emile Hirsch. This film is fantastic. If you guys haven't seen this movie, this is an absolute winner. It was nominated for Best Picture and Director, I believe. But this is just an incredible film. The ending, yeah, it's not a happy ending. It's a true story. So if you know what happened, you know the ending. But the way Sean Penn directs this is just incredible. And what's cool, Hal Holbrook won, I believe he won, at least he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. And he was only in this movie for like 10 minutes. And his performance was that good. His performance is just outstanding. Very good movie. John says, I'm glad Into Wild is back in print. Yeah, definitely. I actually missed that one when it came out on Blu-ray, so I never owned it. So I'm glad it's here. Another one from Warner Brothers, and we have Chris Hemsworth and 12 Strong. This is it's actually a pretty good movie. I saw it a long time ago, like when it first came out, so I don't remember a whole lot about it. I remember I liked it, though. I don't think it's as strong as other war movies, but I'm happy this got a 4K UHD release. War movies always need to be in 4K, especially with the sound and the picture quality. So this is out, and I'm not sure if this is out now. Usually they give release dates on the paperwork, and they didn't give any release dates on this paperwork. So if it's not out now, it'll probably be out next week, because they usually send me movies like a week before they're released. So 12 Strong. And then the best for last. The one to rule them all. Powerpuff Girls on DVD, the complete series. Warner Brothers sent this to me. Yeah. So I remember back in the day when this first aired, I believe it was it Cartoon Network. I watched some of it because I would watch other stuff like Johnny Bravo and those shows. And Powerpuff Girl. So I watched a couple episodes. I'm not ashamed to admit it. And it's fun. It's nice. Episodic Joshua. Hey, man, thanks so much for joining us. He says, hey there, Paul. Wanted to say hi. Hey, what's going on? The Ultimate Sonic Fan 2024. Not sure what that icon is or emoji. But thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it. John says, Powerpuff Girls is awesome. Yeah, the few episodes I saw, I actually really liked it. I thought it was really well done. I wish that they would put out Johnny Bravo on 4K. That is one that, I mean, not 4K, but at least DVD. I wish they would put Johnny Bravo series out on DVD or Blu-ray, because that was my show. I love Johnny Bravo. But yeah, so they sent this to me. I believe this is out now, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they sent some pretty good stuff this past week. Are any of you guys going to pick any of these up? Let me know in the comments. I will be doing a review on all these. Some of these will probably go on the website that I was talking about earlier today, or in this video, and then others I will put on my channel. It just depends. This is definitely going on channel because I'm going to compare this to the Blu-ray. So let me know. Let's see here. The Ultimate Sonic Fan 2024 says, a panda waving at you. Oh, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. John Pimmel says, as to animation oldies on Blu-ray, let us be thankful Warner Brothers put our Thunder, the Barbarian, that set rules. Yeah. I thought you were about to say Thundercats, because I have Thundercats, the complete series, on DVD. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever saw Thunder the Barbarian. Was that a Cartoon Network show too? Yeah. Let's see. Daniel Garcia says 12 Strong was a good flick. Great final battle that should be good in 4K. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. Let me know if you want me to do a Blu-ray versus 4K comparison of this. The problem is that I'm getting so much stuff in it's like it's great. It's a great problem to have, no doubt. It's a great problem to have to get stuff in from studios. But I get a little overwhelmed because, like I said, I have to review all of them. And I've already got 2 boxes set here on the side that you can't see full of movies. I got stuff here out of frame full of movies. I've got all these that I just unpacked. And it's like, there's so many movies, but so little time. And so I just can't review all of them as far as a comparison review. So that's why I'm decided to launch a website just to have movie reviews on there that I can't get on my channel. See, John says Thunder was a late 70s animated thing. Oh, okay. I never heard of it. Or maybe I have and I don't remember. And this is from Shot Factory. I'm going to scribble out my address because I forgot to do that. Don't want anybody to come over and molest me. Or maybe I do. So this is from Shot Factory. This is one I ordered. I'm trying to get into Shot Factory, but they won't return my phone calls. So this is one I ordered. I actually ordered 2 different things, so I'm not sure which one this is. If I can open it here. I love that Shot Factory sometimes will include the poster artwork. That's pretty cool. Let's bust it open here. All right, so sweet. Hey, it's all busted up. That's not nice. So Shot Factory, I can't believe they did this. They actually released Weird Al Yankovic's UHF on 4K, guys. Why would you put this movie on 4K? I don't know, but I love it. And it just if UHF on 4K doesn't prove that physical media is alive and kicking, then I just don't know what is. But look at this. Oh man, the shipping damaged it. Damaged the slipcover. Damaged the case. Look at that. It's all warped. Crack right there. I'm gonna send pictures in and call and email Shop Factory about this because that's redonkulous. So this is the artwork on the inside, which is pretty cool. And yes, I do have the Blu-ray, so I will be doing a Blu-ray versus 4K comparison. And then, dude, what the hell? All right, they didn't even put a lid on this thing. Usually they put a lid on these. They didn't even put a lid on this thing. So it's just, dude, what do they do? Hire somebody new? Whoever did this did a really crappy job. Dang, I've never had a problem like this with Shop Factory. Shop Factory is always really, really good packaging their stuff. So whoever packaged this is an idiot. So we've got the poster. You can hang this over your bed and look at Weird Al all night long if you want. Let's see here. Let's look at some of the comments here. John says, not going to lie, I would love to have that problem. Yeah, well, like I said, it's a good problem until you actually have it. And then you're like, okay, what do I do? Because there's so much stuff. Number one, I don't have room for all of it. Number two is like, I need, studios, when they send you something, it's your job to review them and put them out in a certain time period, right? So some of these, I just can't get out in time like the studio wants me to. And you want to keep them happy, so they send you stuff. But, man, this really sucks. That really sucks. Look how warped that is. That pisses me off. So it's like, it's a great problem to have, but also I get overwhelmed because if you saw all the stuff they have here, you'd be like, it's a lot. John Pamela says, a shot box is the best box. It is until you get something like this. I don't know what the hell happened, man. That really sucks that whoever packaged this did such a crappy job. So Chef Factory is going to get an email from me, that's for sure, and pictures. That's all I've got. That's all I have. That's all she wrote. Let me see here. I want to open up the chat on the side there. So, guys, there's some new stuff coming out, new physical media coming out. I actually got some press releases this week, and I'm sure you guys saw it too, for Furiosa. Furiosa comes out August, is it 13th? August 13th I'm thinking 13th or 19th. Either one of those, but it's in August. Talk about a quick turnaround time. This movie, they're also doing a box set of all the Mad Max films. And then they're doing a steelbook, which is cool. I loved Furiosa. I was so disappointed Furiosa bombed in the theater. I don't know why people. What are your thoughts on why you guys think Furiosa bombed in the theater? Is it because do you think they waited too long? Do you think it's because it didn't have Mad Max in it? What are your thoughts on it? John says, thanks for inviting us to your birthday party, opening up things. You know, I always tell friends I hate doing stuff like this, mainly because I don't like being showy. I don't like bragging, look what I got and look what you don't got. But my friends are like, dude, you worked hard on this. It's not like they just gave it to you for nothing. You worked really hard. And so you should enjoy it. So I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this. Probably not often, but once in a while I'll probably do this. What was I talking about? Oh, Furiosa. What do you guys think about Furiosa? Why do you think it bombed in the theater? Let me know in the comments. My personal feeling is I think it bombed in the theater because, number one, I do think they waited too long. Was it 9 years? What's interesting is that George Miller, he was planning on he actually had the script written. And he was ready to jump into production right after Fury Road, and got delayed. John says, I honestly think it just wasn't what people wanted to spend their slim funds on. Times are tight, and people are being picky when home release is so short. Yeah, that is one reason I think as well. I think that I think they waited too long for one, and number two, I think that I think you're right, because if you're, I mean, I have friends. I don't have a family, but I have friends that have a family, and like my friend was telling me the other day, for him to go see a movie after work, which is not a matinee, it's normal show times, which is a lot more expensive. So for him and his wife to go see a movie, if they didn't bring the kids, get something to eat, it's an easy $100. If they bring the kids, he says it's an easy $200. Um, and so he said, why do I want to go see a drama or something? He would mention Horizon. Why do I want to go see Horizon when I can spend my money, get my money's worth, and see an Avengers movie and have fun? So I think that's a lot of people's mentality on it as well. Plus that you get, you know, you know the movie's going to come out in what, 3-4 weeks after it's in theaters. So why not just skip the theater and spend money and $20-$30 and rent it at home? So I think that's really that's definitely one of the big reasons why. But I tell you, you can never. I don't care how expensive your home theater is. I don't care if you spent $2 million on a home theater. I don't care how big it is. You can never duplicate, reproduce a theater experience. It just can't be done. The only way you can do that is going to the theater. I think that's another reason too theaters are dying, is because people don't want to be around assholes. People don't want to be around jerks in a theater, making noise and whatever. I know with me, I go during the day at a time when I know no one's going to be there because I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, the theater is such a special place to go see a movie. Let's see. DJ Forecast says, I wonder if South Park bigger, longer, uncut 4K is any good. I heard it is. I don't have it, and I'm not really in with Paramount to get press releases, except for what I get with this other company, and they don't have um, South Park or Team America, and so I don't have it. And honestly, talking about funds are really tight right now for me. I'm on disability, so funds are really really tight with me, and so I can't spend $30 on a movie just to compare it. Frankly, I mean, I'm being honest. That's what it is. I'm more than welcome for tips or donations. The link is in my YouTube channel, Coffee. So I've had some people do that, and I'm really, really grateful people have done that, where they want me to review something and they send me the money to buy it and review it. So I'm really grateful of that. That's really cool. Let's see here. John Pemmel says, also a person with a significant other, but we prefer to buy the disc and see it on our OLED and surround system that vibrates our internal organs while the cat sits near us. Yeah, I mean, I love the home theater experience. I mean, I've got a 84-inch OLED. I've got a 65-inch QLED. I've got a Atmos system in one room. I've got a 5.1 in the other, and it's awesome. I love it. But still, there's just something really special about going to a theater that I think people just don't feel that way like I do about it. It's like, why would you go to a theater and spend all that money, deal with uh, people that may be talking during the movie or on their phones during the movie and distracting you when you could just be at home? I mean, I get it, but you just can never replicate what an in theater experience is like. John says it's expensive whether I take the kids or not because I have to pay for a sitter. It just becomes more financially viable as a family man to support the physical media on release at home. Yeah, I 100% get that. Like I said, I'm single. I don't have a family, and I am on AMC A list, so it costs me $20 a month just to see a movie. So I totally get it. And what sucks about these membership deals like AMC A-List and Cinemark and Regal, they don't have a family plan, I believe. At least AMC I know doesn't. So that means you would have to buy each person in your family an A-List. And that adds up too. So, but yeah, I totally get it. And sadly, and he says, John says, and sadly, my theaters are so outdated. Oh, that sucks. John says, hate to say it, but our viewing of Dune 2 at home surpassed theaters. Not the reality I expected to be living in, but here we are. Really? Wow. Yeah, I honestly haven't checked. I have Dune 2, but I haven't checked it out yet. Wow. Yeah, I know that a lot of times for home viewing, they make they can make the sound more impactful, I guess you could say, for home viewing experience. Um, and John says, also, I have no memberships near me at all. Yeah, so I totally understand your position. I mean, that completely makes sense. But I always say, I mean, if you can afford it and you can always go to a theater. Like I said, I go in the middle of the day when I know no one's going to be there. But I don't go often. I really don't. I only go when there's like a special movie I really want to see, like Horizon. I want to see that movie so bad. I'm so hyped for that movie. I know, Kevin Costner, whatever. But I have people that when I say I want to see Horizon, they're like, but Kevin Costner, he hasn't had a hit in years. Well, so what? Every movie he's directed, he's only directed 3 or 4. Every movie's directed, except for The Postman, I will say, has been a banger. So I'm really looking forward to Horizon. Epic Western in the theater. I can't wait. John says, by the way, I'm not dissing theaters. It's just how things turned out for me here. Yeah, I understand that. And it's for a lot of other people too as well. It's just expensive. It's just too expensive. Is that Geronimo? Says, I'll be there for Horizon, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going July 3rd to see it. And I've already got my tickets for the sequel in August. DJ Forecast says Maxine is the next one for me in theaters. Yeah, I can't wait to see Maxine either. That looks really cool. I think I don't know. Do you think Maxine's going to be the best out of the three movies? I love Pearl, but I didn't really care for X. Geronimo says I like The Postman too. It's actually aged pretty well for me. It's all right. I mean, it's definitely not the best. The Postman is like Waterworld, where you can definitely see there's good in it, but they just didn't fully execute it the right way, or they didn't fully go where it needed to go. That's how I feel. Daniel says, definitely watching Horizon with my pops. Awesome. Yeah. John says, same John. It sounds like we're in the similar areas where we outpace the local theater at home. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people that are like that now. Like I said, I have all my friends are the same way. They're like, I'm just going to stay home and view it in my home theater. So I understand. DJ Forecast says, I think X will be the best because of Jenna Ortega, just because of her. I thought Pearl was the best. I think it had better writing, better visual style, a better direction. I thought it had a better story. I'm not saying X was bad. I just didn't care for it. It was fine. That's how I thought about it. It was just fine. See, Drama says, I'll be taking my older brother to Horizon. Awesome. Can't wait. You guys again need to come back and let me know what you thought of it. Another surprise that we're getting is Richard Pryor on the Sunset Strip in 4K. Again, another movie that, like UHF, if you ever had any doubt that physical media is alive, right here, this tells you physical media is alive and kicking. It's not going away. They're not going to release Richard Pryor of all things on 4K if physical media is dead. They're not going to do that. Let's see here. See, John says, luckily I have someone like you, Paul, to help me better choose my purchases. Well, yeah, I appreciate that, man. Put a lot of hard work to it, and that was my whole goal of doing the 4K reviews, 4K comparison reviews. Is I wondered myself, well, I have the Blu-ray to 12 strong. Do I really need the 4K? How much better is it really? And I started comparing to myself, and I'm like, well, you know what? If I think that, then there's got to be other people that think this. And so that's where it started, and it took off from there. So, but I appreciate that, man, because it takes a lot of work. It's for a 2-hour movie to do it right, to do it honestly, and to do it right. You're scrubbing through footage, 2 hours worth of footage on Blu-ray and 4K, which means you're really scrubbing through 4 hours of material. Cherry picking what looks best to represent the 4K. Then you have to write out your review, have to record it, have to edit it. To do it right, to do it honestly, it really takes. I mean, I've got it done in 2 days, but it usually takes about 3 or 4 days. That's why a lot of times my reviews come out later than others, because I'm actually doing real work on it. I'm not just pulling images from websites or downloading a torrent and pulling images from the torrent. I don't do that. I actually spend work on it. So I appreciate that, because it's a lot of work. John says, did a double dip feature of Texas Chainsaw and X. It was a good pairing. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because I know X he was trying to make similar to the 70s slasher or 70s horror movie. And I think he succeeded in it. I do. It just didn't really do it for me as much as Pearl did. DJ Forecast says, nice double feature, John. John says, Paul, you are working hard. I'm also a producer of things. The 10-minute piece you make is a long process, a full-time job. You are doing the work. Exactly. People don't realize how much work goes into it. I mean, it is literally a full-time job that I'm not getting paid for. Literally. I mean, I get free movies, which to me is good enough. That's payment enough for me. But yeah, I appreciate that. Guys. A movie that I should be getting in the next week is Twister from 4K. Can't wait to check that out. I have seen some clips of the 4K of Twister, and holy crap, it looks incredible. It's like a huge 9-day difference between the Blu-ray. This is coming out now. They didn't have artwork in their email to me in their press release, at least that I saw. So I just pulled this. The Watchers. It's coming out in 4K Blu-ray DVD August 27th, digital June 28th. Talk about a turnaround time for a movie. Yeah, I didn't see this one in theaters. I'm hearing it's not good, not very good. I'm hearing that it's too much like M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's directed by his daughter, if you didn't know, and a guy I really trust. He's a filmmaker too. Steven over at OTS Movies. He was talking to me about it. We were talking about it, and he said that he wants it. She's a good director, but it felt too much like her dad. So he said, I would love to see what she can do when her dad's not producing the movie, because that'd really show her true talent. I would definitely agree with that. Side note, original Twister low shot were filmed within an hour of where I'm typing right now. Really? Wow. That's cool. So do you get tornadoes there? I know I live in a tail end of Tornado Alley. I've been here since 2001, end of 2001, and I have never been through a tornado. When I was in California, living outside of Hollywood, I went through a lot of earthquakes, and honestly, I know it may seem weird to people who's never been through an earthquake, but I would rather be through an earthquake than a tornado, because a tornado, the only place you're truly safe is underground. An earthquake, you can go underneath this table that I'm sitting on and be safe. John says, oh my, yes. Yeah, I bet. Have you been through a tornado? What's it like? I've never been through one. Geronimo says, seems like they put some green colored tinting onto Twister. Maybe I'm wrong. Does look good though. Can't lie. Wonder if Yandy Bont or Jack and Green had any say on the 4K. Yeah, they did. Yandy Bont supervised and approved the 4K. And actually, they go back to the original color grading, which had the green hue to it. The Blu-ray for home video, they took that green hue out so that it played better at home viewing, because what we had is CRT TVs. Now they can actually have the original color grading. So that's a misconception that they added it in there as if it's never been in there before. No, it's always been in there. That's like when in the movie, Bill Paxton says, we're going green. But on the Blu-ray, it's not green, is it? In the real movie, I remember it clearly in the theater where the sky had a green tint to it. And so it looks great. That's one I'm really, really, really anxious in doing a comparison review for. But yeah, Jan de Bont supervised and approved the transfer to ensure accuracy. John Pimmel says, well, we get a lot of warnings. We either stare out at the sky while the sirens go off, or hide when we hear the train-like sound and wonder if we're all going to die. Spring, summer, Iowa. Yeah. I mean, we get tornado season is what, March through May. I mean, it can happen anytime, but that's usually tornado season. And we get sirens all the time and tornado warnings all the time, but nothing's ever happened, which I'm happy for. So I'm happy we've never experienced a tornado, but it's probably going to come sooner or later. Geronimo says, I saw multiple times 96 theater when I was a kid. Yeah, I think I saw Twister 3 or 4 times. My parents love that movie. I saw it myself, I think twice, and then I saw it a couple times with my parents. So I'm really excited for that release. John says, we get them here in the mountains. They bounce between them. Not fun. Oh, tornadoes? Wow. Geronimo says, along with Independence Day and Mission Impossible. Yeah, they all came out around the same time, didn't they? 96? Yeah, Mission Impossible. I only saw Mission Impossible once. I loved it. Independence Day, I saw a few times. I've never been a huge Independence Day fan, not even when it first came out. One last announcement here, and this is from Kino Lorber. They actually emailed me and asked if I wouldn't mind helping them promote something that they're doing. And what they're doing is a podcast. Kino Lorber started a podcast, and it's with their head of accusations. I don't remember his name. I'm going to have more information later, but their first episode drops Monday, and it's called Shelf Space. Here's the names. Frank Tarzi of Kino Lorber Studio Classics. So in the email that he sent me telling me about it, he said that this is going to be, if you've ever wondered how they choose the movies that they choose, how do they license it? How do they, handle their reproduction and handle licensing? All that jazz. If you're ever interested in any kind of that stuff, that's what they're going to be discussing there. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and put a link they sent me a link. So I'm going to put a YouTube link at the end of this, down below in the description of this video after the live show is done. So that would be pretty cool. The Kino Connection. What a great label. Like, you never know what they're going to release. It could be anything, right? I mean, did you ever think we'd get Crybaby on 4K? I didn't. I never even thought of that movie being on 4K. They put out some great stuff. The misconception, though, is that labels like Shot Factory, Kino Lorber, they do not do their own restoration work. A lot of times, like for instance, Crybaby is from Universal. Universal did the new 4K restoration, and then Kino Lorber licensed it out, or they licensed it out to Kino Lorber to distribute. So a lot of people tend to think that Kino Lorber, Shot Factory, they do their own restoration work. They don't. MVD doesn't either. The only ones that do is Criterion, Vinegar Syndrome, in the States and domestically is Vinegar Syndrome and Criterion. They're the only labels that do their own restoration work and color grading. Outside in the UK, it's Arrow Video will do their own, Second Sight, and one other one I can't remember. John says, to live and die in LA, Kino 4K summer mandatory watching. Yeah, man, I haven't seen that movie in years. And when they released that on 4K, I watched it. Man, I love that movie. I think that movie's great. One of William Friedkin's best films. I did a comparison of that. So if you guys haven't seen that comparison, go check it out because it is wild. The difference in comparisons. That's something too that I was talking to a friend the other day, and he's like, "Oh, I have the Blu-ray and it looks fantastic on my TV. I don't think it really needs a 4K." Well, the question is, what do you have to compare it to? You don't have anything to compare it to, so you can't really say you don't need a 4K. There are some movies where I thought, damn, the Blu-ray is fantastic. Colors really pop. It looks clear. How much better could it get? And then I compare it with the 4K, and it's like, holy crap! The 4K is the winner. It's clearer, sharper. Um, a lot of times, the colors are more stabilized, more balanced, and have more activity. So yeah, it's kind of like if you have a Blu-ray and you're thinking to yourself, I don't need a 4K. How much better can it get? You have to remember, what do you have to compare it to? Nothing. So you can't really say that. John says, I wonder who the idiot from Iowa is that sent out the old to live and die Blu-ray. Oh, that was you, right? Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that, because without getting that Blu-ray, I would have not been able to do that video. So yeah, I appreciate that. It's so awesome meeting the people I've met here. Um, I'll say it right now. When me and John met, it was over the Heat 4K Blu-ray. He disagreed with my, not disagreed with my review, but he thought there was a really dark transfer, and so that's how we met. And so it's really interesting meeting some good people here. Met some really really good people here. Um, I even made enemies into friends. Not John, just other people. Made enemies into friends. Um, and it's just about being decent, just about being nice. That's all it comes down to. But yeah, it's awesome. How all the people I've met in this physical media community. It's awesome. Geronimo says, "What's on your wish list for desperate need of a 4K restoration?" There are some. It's so funny because I think about it, and then when I'm asked a question, I can't think about it. I can't, it's like I think about it periodically. Oh, I love this in 4K. I love that in 4K. But then when I'm asked the question, I like go blank. I can't think. I can't remember. I don't know. Throw some out. Throw some out at me. Let me know. Maybe jog my memory. Ones that I would like to see a 4K that I know won't get a 4K. One I'm thinking right now is Ransom, the Mel Gibson movie. That is in desperate need of a new transfer, but it's owned by Disney, and I highly doubt Disney will do Ransom because it wasn't that huge of a movie. There's a lot that need a new transfer. I honestly can't think of the back of my mind. Let's see here. DJ Forecast says Scarface 4K so blows me away every time. Yeah, Scarface is amazing. Backdraft is another fantastic 4K. The fire scenes are just incredible in 4K. John says, my ongoing 4K never-ending campaign, The Black Hole. I think it's coming. I've heard talk about it. I do think it's coming. I think it's going to come when Sony starts distributing Disney titles. I really do. That's one that a lot of people want. Forever Young, dude, that's a movie that nobody talks about. I love Forever Young. I was thinking about that the other day, how great that movie is, and that it only got a DVD release. But yeah, Geronimo says, I want stuff like Forever Young and Kevin Reynolds' Rapid New. I've never seen Rapid New, but Forever Young, man, that is definitely one I would absolutely love to see, at least just a Blu-ray of, because that only got it's a really old DVD, and it looks awful. John says, not going to lie, I'll be on Black Hole day one. I love the blue. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are hyped for that, and I think that's definitely going to be one title that Sony's probably going to distribute. The whole Sony thing isn't going to happen for another couple of years, though. That's the downside of it. A lot of people don't realize how long and the process it takes to do restoration work. I mean, do it right, to do it good, it can take a year to do one movie. So yeah, we just have to be patient and wait. Terminator, that's coming out this year. I believe it's coming out in the fall of this year. John says, I think John Doe Juglio, yeah, that word. and are maybe related. um, Jugalo. Um, I would love Strange Days. Strange Days, I love that movie to pieces. That film is absolutely incredible. Just the opening sequence alone is absolutely a masterclass. And editing, especially editing and filming and audio, that I would absolutely. It's here in the States. It only got a DVD release. I think in Germany it got a Blu-ray release. Um, but that is one I would absolutely kill to have a 4K of. Um, Another one, um, Solaris, the Steven Soderbergh one. That would be a good one. Let's see, is that right? Let me pull this closer. My eyes are going. Ryan, cheers. How's it going? I'm late in getting in. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on. Yeah, thanks for joining us. I'm about to head out in a few minutes, but thanks for joining us. It was kind of a short notice doing this live show. Let's see. Geronimo says, yes, Strange Days is incredible. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. DJ Forecast says Kill Bill 1 and 2 needs a 4K. Now, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Jackie Brown, they were, and they were announced like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and I haven't heard anything since. And I heard that Lionsgate was working on a 4K because Lionsgate did Reservoir Dogs, Paramount did Pulp Fiction, but I'm hearing that because Lionsgate and Paramount, they both have ownership license of Miramax films. So either one of those, I'm really hoping that finally get their butts in gear and get us a 4K of Jackie Brown and Kill Bill. That's definitely one I would love to see. Drama says, I want At Play in the Fields of the Lord. If anybody knows that movie, oh yeah, of course. That's a great movie, fantastic movie. That would be a good one. That would be a good one for Criterion to release. At Play in the Fields of the Lord. That would be a great one. Speaking of Criterion, kind of underwhelming. They're I think they only announced 4 titles, if I'm not mistaken. 4 titles. And I don't think I can't remember what they were. What are they? I just remember thinking, oh, that's not very good pickings. Let me see your Criterion. Where is it? Oh, that reminds me. I'm looking at Criterion now. Bound. I got Bound the other day. Bound is incredible in 4K. Do you guys remember what the titles were that Criterion announced the other day? I'm trying to look it up and I'm not finding it. Criterion. Where are you? I can't find it. I'm blind or I'm dumb or both. I just scrolled by Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland, man, he passed away. I think he was 88. Talk about an actor, man. Talk about an actor. That was an actor. Powerful performances, and he did every genre. He did horror, sci-fi, drama, comedy. I mean, and everything he was in. He steals the movie and everything he's in. Man, I can't find. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. So totally effed up Doom Generation. I don't know what that is. I haven't seen any one of those movies. Happiness. Happiness. I was surprised that they announced Happiness. Actually, I've never seen the whole thing of Happiness. I've seen parts of it, but I've never seen the whole thing. But I definitely want to pick that one up. That was a surprise. Ryan says, I hope I'm saying your name right. My latest picks up this month are RoboCop 2 4K from Scream Factory, Invasion USA from Vinegar Syndrome, and Fear and Loathing in Vegas from Criterion. Hold on a second. You're talking about this RoboCop? Yeah, I went ahead and splurged, and I picked up the one that had the 2 different slip covers, or O-rings is what they're really called. I had to get that slip cover. That artwork is fantastic. And I have... Now, somebody asked me, they might be in this live stream tonight, but somebody asked me about doing a 4K comparison between this and the previous Shout Factory Blu-ray. And I didn't have the previous Shout Factory Blu-ray. I only had the MGM Blu-ray. But guess what I did? I found it cheap, $10. So I went ahead and picked up the Shout Factory previous Blu-ray. See what I do for you guys? See what I do? I spend money out of my own pocket just to do a comparison. So I will. So keep an eye out for that comparison between the two. And got this week too from Vinegar Syndrome. I want to give a huge thanks to Oscar for sending this to me. And I will be comparing it to the Shout Factory version. And Nightmare on Elm Street. We're finally getting Nightmare on Elm Street on 4K. I believe it's coming out September. One of those days. Let's see here. Geronimo says, I like to imagine a young Don Sutherland as the Joker, going nuts like in 1900. Yeah, Don Sutherland would have been a cool choice for the Joker. I'm with that. John says, I'm hoping to get Barnes & Noble gift cards for my birthday in a couple weeks. Criterion is going to be on point. Yeah, just wait till July. July, they have the 50% off sale. So hold off till July. You can get a lot more then than you can if you bought them now. Before I head out, some comparisons that I have coming up. I'm working on 4 different ones right now. I'm working on Bad Lieutenant 4K comparison. It's 1:30 at night. My brain went blank. Just a second here. Let me look it up. Oh, it's not there. Okay, so I'm working on Bad Lieutenant, Bound. I'm going to be working on the film Nikita as well. I don't have Chinatown yet. I ended up not pre-ordering Chinatown, and I kicked myself for it because now Chinatown's sold out everywhere. I went ahead and ordered it on Amazon, but it says it won't be here until the 1st of August, which really blows. Walmart had it for like $67, so obviously it was a third party that was trying to sell it, and Target didn't have any in stock. So I missed out on that one, and I'm kicking myself for not pre-ordering that one. But I'm hearing that the transfer is great. Is great on Chinatown. It's not like Once Upon a Time in the West or some other Paramount releases. This one actually did good. Okay, so newest comparisons that are coming out. Bad Lieutenant, yes, with Harvey Keitel. I'm doing a comparison of Crybaby as well. I've heard some people say that they really didn't see a huge difference with the color grading between the Blu-ray and the 4K. Just wait till you see my video. It's not like a night and day difference, but there's definitely a difference there. I'm also going to be working on a comparison of Nostalgia. This is a gorgeous film in 4K. Absolutely gorgeous. This is one that's worth spending $35-$40 on to get. Absolutely gorgeous. Death Machine, got that in. This includes 3 different cuts. It includes the U.S. cut that was butchered by the studio, the foreign cut, and then a director's cut. I haven't checked this out yet, but I hear it's great. Oh yeah. Speaking of people sending me in Blu-rays that I don't have in order to do a comparison, um, guy over in Norway, he sent me. I got this from Umbrella 4K of Super Mario Brothers, and I wanted to do a comparison, but it never got a Blu-ray release here in the States. So I put out there in the social media realm, if anybody has the second sight Blu-ray that they are not using or keeping, let me know. And yeah, this guy from Norway, he sent me his Blu-ray copy from Second Sight. So now I'm able to do a comparison between the Blu-ray and the 4K, which is going to be really interesting because this 4K does not have HDR. It only has SDR. And without the HDR, I'm really, really curious how much better the color grading is between the Blu-ray. Because I believe the Blu-ray is just a 2K scan. I'm not sure. So I will be working on that soon. Let's see here. Ryan says RoboCop 2 looks really good in 4K. Watched it last night. Invasion USA is really grainy, kind of interesting. I'm going to finish that tonight. A Chuck Norris movie I've never seen. Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome leaves in the grain. If you guys haven't seen my interview with Oscar, who's oversees their film archive, and Joe, who's the co-owner of Vinegar Syndrome, go check out my interview. It's really, really interesting what they talk about with grain control and how to restore a film correctly. Go check out that interview. It's really good. It's almost a 2-hour interview, and it's definitely a must-watch. Geronimo says, who directed Nostalgia? That was Andrzej Tarkovsky directed Nostalgia. I'd love to see it in 4K. I'd love to see it in 4K. Yeah, John, Oscar's awesome. Joe is awesome too, but once he's quieter than Oscar, but once he gets going, you can't stop him from talking. I love Vinegar Syndrome releases. Yeah, they are my. If I was to choose, the only problem with Vinegar Syndrome is that they do put out a lot of junk that I would personally never buy. But you can never go wrong with the restoration work. If they have a title coming out that I want or I've never seen, you can blind buy it, and you're guaranteed a 5-star restoration. I mean, it's fantastic. Geronimo says, I saw Mario Brothers on a drive-in. Remember, next to nothing outside of the cast. Oh, Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo. Name escapes me now. Dennis Hopper. See, careful. Oh, yeah. Blue Underground, man. Thanks for reminding me. Blue Underground is awesome. And they actually have more titles that I gravitate to more than Vinegar Syndrome. Blue Underground is amazing. They're the boutique studio that everyone forgets about. Blue Underground also does their own restoration work. They do outstanding work, and they put in everything plus the kitchen sink. It's fantastic. Let me ask you guys this question, because I've been asked this every once in a while in the chat and in the comments of my videos. People wonder, well, first of all, people say, what camera are you using to take photos from your TV of the images that you use? First of all, I don't. If you've been with my channel long enough, you know that I pull the images directly from the 4K disc, directly from the Blu-ray disc. I'm not using my phone taking photos off a TV. That's just ridiculous. But I've also had other people ask me, how do I do these comparison videos? And I mean, I don't have a problem telling how I do it. Unlike some people out there that safeguard, like they think it's some sort of top secret information, which is ridiculous. Anybody can do it, really. You just have to have the right equipment. But I've been thinking about maybe doing like a little how-to video, like how I do a comparison. I mean, of course, I'm not going to show the whole thing because it'd be a 3-day video, but condense it down into like a 5-8 minute video and just show how I do it. anyways, is that something you guys would like to see? Let me know in the comments. Because if not, it'd just be a waste of my time. So let me know before I do it. Let's see here. So, what new movies are you guys looking forward to in the theater? The new movies that are coming out. Or are you talking about Horizon? Spielberg's working on a new sci-fi alien movie. Geronimo says, love to watch a how-to. Yeah. John says, sharing techniques and gear only makes for a more informed and inspiration for others to add to cinematic things. Well, it's like, I mean, some of these reviewers, they like think they try to keep it a secret, like it's some top secret information that nobody else can have on how they do it, which is just stupid. And I have people ask me from time to time, share how you do it and ask me, how do I do it? And a lot of people think, like I said, they think I take pictures off my phone from the TV, which is not true. First of all, this can never reproduce colors accurately. So I think I may go ahead and do that. That's right, John. It makes them for more informed, and I think it would be more transparent, make my channel more transparent to others. Geronimo says Megalopolis. Oh man, I'm so happy that Coppola got a distribution deal with Lionsgate. That's awesome. The only downside is that they're not willing to fork up the money for press, for trailers, advertising, and they're telling Coppola he needs to. So that's going to be probably about a good 40 million. No, 40 million, not 40 million. My brain's weird right now. But it's going to be expensive for him to do that. So, but I'm happy, so happy, because I really wanted to see that one in a theater. Beetlejuice 2. The only thing I'm afraid of with Beetlejuice 2 is that it's going to be one of those sequels where they're going to just redo, like they show it in the trailer, where he stands in front of them and says, check this out. And then, the stuff comes out of his face. And it's like, look, remember that? Remember what we did in the first movie? Remember that? That was funny, right? We're going to do it again. That's the only thing I'm afraid they're going to start doing, instead of doing some original content. And also, I heard that, I guess the bride they show in the trailer is based off of a line that Beetlejuice said in the first movie about a wedding ring, where they made some kind of joke about a wedding ring. And now they do a backstory about that. I don't know. I'm going to go see it, but I'm just worried it's going to be that type of movie. Geronimo says, Way of the Wind, Terrence Malick. Oh, is that coming out this year? I heard it was coming out. Oh, Alien Romulus, definitely. Fede is amazing so far. Yeah, he hasn't made a bad, he's only made 2 movies. He hasn't made a bad movie. The Evil Dead was outstanding. I thought that was one of the best movies of that year. And contrary to popular belief, it is not a remake, because if you stay tuned, after the credits, you hear Ash saying "Groovy Baby" or saying something. And they've come out saying that it is not a remake, it's in the same universe. Or they're just making that as an excuse. Drumel says, yeah, Alien Romulus. Yeah, Romulus. I cannot wait to see Romulus. That looks outstanding. I wish that they would up the release date, because I can't wait till August. August is I know it's only 2 months, but it seems so far away. Geronimo says, no idea when Malick's movie will actually release. He shot it like 2 years ago. Yeah, because I remember hearing about that years ago, and I actually forgot about it, because there's been no information about it since then. But yeah, going back to doing a how-to video, I may go ahead and do that. Pick a movie to do it with, and just edit it down to like an 8-minute video or something, just to have a little bit more transparency as a channel. Yeah, well, guys, it's 1:40 here, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm getting sleepy. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be launching that website that I'm going to pick and choose what reviews are going to go on there. Mainly, it's not going to be comparison reviews, just like straightforward movie reviews. And then I'll put like a Blu-ray review or 4K review underneath it. So I'm going to be working on that, and it's not up yet, but I'll let everyone know when it's up. And so that'll help me out to kind of control all the movies that I have here. Drama says, seems like Oliver Stone has something coming. I forget. I'm not sure. I know he's been working on a lot of documentary stuff. I don't know. I haven't heard. DJ Forecast says, thanks, Paul. Keep up the good work. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me tonight. Like, again, I know it was very short notice and it's late, but there's 27 of you in here, which is awesome. So thanks so much for everyone's comments and active in the comment section. That really helps. Yeah, guys, I will catch you later. Remember, Sunday, I go live at 8 p.m. Central Time with my friend David Blanchard. He's a trailer editor and filmmaker. That's going to be a great video conversation, and you guys can join the conversation too. Ask him questions. Yeah, so please join us that night, Sunday at 8 Central Standard Time. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Remember, keep physical media alive, and we will see you next time.